I talked to a lot of VGC people, and I think that like this game is gonna be huge to make VGC more popular, because there is a very big entry barrier, right? It's very hard to buy a Switch, to buy a Pokemon game. Like, we are fans, of course, we play for the games, we catch them all, we complete the games, and then of course I have a Pokemon home with thousands of Pokemon. I can easily build a competitive team. But for someone that's just starting, or that has their first Pokemon game, or maybe loves Pokemon, but in Brazil, Switch is very expensive. I have a lot of friends in Brazil that love Pokemon, but don't have a Nintendo Switch. I think Simic maybe is an example here in chat. I'm not sure if they're in chat now, but I know that they don't own a Switch, but they really like competitive Pokemon. They helped us build a team in Showdown. So having a game that is not only dedicated to competitive battling, but also a game that you can play on your phone is a huge deal. My first reaction was like, oh my god, Pokemon Showdown is cooked, but I don't think it is. I think that it's definitely gonna serve a different niche. I don't think this game is gonna be exactly like Pokemon Showdown. I don't think it's gonna give us as much flexibility to just copy-paste a team as Pokemon Showdown does. I think we pretty much still need to play the games and get the Pokemon and EV train, but I also feel like we might have rental Pokemon, or what Pokemon Battle Revolution had, which was like team cards. I think rental teams are definitely gonna be a thing here too. But yeah, no, for sure, VGC is definitely gonna use champions going forward. So I think that if this is a good game, if this is a success, I would love... it doesn't have a national dex. Actually, let's do that first, right? Let's... Pokemon... Let's read the article, Pokemon Champions. Here. Can I not have it in German, please? I would love not to have it in German. I would like to have it in Brazil. No, sorry, we're speaking English here. So funny that they have Brazil, but they don't have Brazilian Portuguese as a whatever. I want Canadian English, just for the hell of it. Pokemon Champions approaches. Introducing Pokemon Champions. Get ready to experience everything you love about Pokemon battles all in one place. In Pokemon Champions, this new battle-focused game will feature familiar mechanics such as Pokemon types, glad, abilities and moves, creating an environment conducive to rich and varied strategies for new and experienced trainers alike. It's not just familiar mechanics, you'll be able to bring in classic Pokemon for Pokemon Home too. Look forward to cross-platform battles alongside your favorite Pokemon on Nintendo Switch and mobile, and this is huge, with a variety of different modes available for your desired experience. So two things here. One, please include Little Cup. I would love if they had like Anything Goes and VGC, Reg, I don't know what, but also wacky formats would be also really fun. This is not Pokemon Stadium free. If it's a mobile game, we're not getting mini games, which I was like low-key hoping for if it was actually Pokemon Stadium free. It's not. I think this will be a more... I think this will be more focused in battles than Pokemon Stadium actually is. Like, Pokemon Stadium had the Professor, you had the PC, you had things going on, you had other activities to do other than battling. I think since this is on mobile, they are going to make it very straightforward. I think Pokemon Battle Revolution was like that too. I don't remember having a lot of side activities in Battle Revolution. I really hope they bring the announcer back. The commentator would be incredible. Like, I miss the commentator. It was one of my favorite parts of playing. And yeah, let's keep reading. So, the graphics look okay. It's gonna be a mobile game, so I'm not... like, I think that might cap it a little bit. I think if they made a Switch 2 exclusive game only for battling, then they could go crazy and making it look super good. This looks exactly like Scarlet and Violet. Like, the sizes of the Pokemon are all a little bit awkward. But I think accessibility, like, this is not gameplay footage at all, I'm sure. I think accessibility is more important than looks in this case. And also, in this image, Dondelzo looks much bigger than in this image. It's kind of crazy. Okay, no, that's all we got. Okay, that's all the information we have. And also, I think somewhere it says that they're not gonna have the full Pokédex at launch. But I think what I envision for this game, if it's successful, if it's well done, I think that it can be... I don't want it to be a free-to-play microtransaction game. I think they're gonna do the Pokemon Home route and have you pay a yearly fee to play it. I think that they will definitely be adding new Pokemon as updates. And then if it's a good game, they can also have, like, when Gen 10 comes out, they can have an update to it that adds the Gen 10 Pokemon. So I think it feels more like a service that they will constantly update than a game that is done and it's over. So it feels more like a live service than like a proper closed game, which I don't see an issue with. But this will be really important to make VGC more accessible. That's the word I was going for. More accessible to people that might not have a Switch or might have not played the games before. So it's the same models, we know. Like, this is not gameplay footage. I think there's no buttons in that screen, so I'm not gonna take it serious. So I think there's a lore with the sweat thing. I think Edu Jardim tweeted something about that, but I'm not really sure what it is. I think it's an internal joke. That being said, I love that they added not representative of actual gameplay experience, because I really wanted to be transported inside my television for a VR Pokemon battle. But like, I think it's so odd, because like the Pokemon choices here, right? So they have a Gen 1 Pokemon, they have a Gen 9 Pokemon, they have Hisuian Pokemon, and they have a Kalosian Pokemon. Then they also show Mega Evolution, and they show Terrestrialization. So what this Pokemon choices say is that like, we are having Pokemon from every generations, from every games, also the Legends games, like alternate forms are gonna be in this game. Yeah, this is all CGI. But this is all CGI, but effects added, not actual gameplay footage. Now this is CGI, but I expect this here. I expect this to be kinda how the game looks. Like, I don't think it's gonna look that different from there. I hope they would have like more stadium variety, more arena variety, but I think that's what we're getting. But yeah, I think they will add it. I think they will add all Pokemon and all gimmicks as time goes on. I think maybe they'll have some regulations that is like, oh, this one, in this regulation we can only Terrestrialize, or in this regulation you can only Mega Evolve, or in this regulation you can Terrestrialize, Mega Evolve, but no Z moves. Or in this regulation, no gimmicks at all. So it gives them a lot of flexibility to try out with different team building things. And I think that's super fun. This is CGI for sure. If it looked like that, it would be insane. But there was something else I wanted to say, I forgot. Yes, I think that the Pokemon... what I wanted to say is just that. I think the Pokemon choices they had for this trailer is just to say, we are gonna have every Pokemon here eventually. So from Gen 1 to Gen 9, we're gonna have all the gimmicks. But it might not be at launch. So we might be adding... they might be adding new content as it goes on. And this iOS Android thing here, for me, is incredible. I'm more excited for new Pokemon Stadium, yes. I didn't know it already, had colored. Okay, no, this is still old chat.